You're listening to Internationally Unfiltered, the podcast where nothing is off limits and everything is unfiltered.
Hey! Hi.
Hey, we're back.
Yes, we are.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
What
Three
are we
already?
talking about?
Isn't that crazy? Our third episode.
Time's
Well,
flying.
it is. So, how about we talk today about something that pretty much a lot of people can relate, but it's kind of a little bit of uncomfortable in a way sometimes to talk about. And that's like relationships, like dating relationships.
Shit.
Boom.
Fuck.
I got a quick question though. Like, I talk about relationships. I'm a hopeless romantic, but I want you guys' input on this. Do you guys believe in like soulmates or something like that?
I believe that there's someone out there for, like, there's someone out there for someone. Like, everyone has their soulmate, their special, their lobster. Everyone has their lobster, I like to say. If y'all ever watch Friends, you guys will understand. Like, when they're like, that's her lobster. But I believe that we all have a soulmate, but that doesn't particularly mean that it's a relationship part. Like, soulmate could be a friendship. It could be, like, you know, your twin flame, your other half, you know? I believe in soulmates.
Yes.
Where the fuck is mine at? Because I've been waiting 24
I know.
years.
I keep telling myself that there is someone out there for everyone and everyone has their soulmate. But it took me a few years to realize that it's not necessarily a relationship. I mean, a dating relationship. It can be a friend or even a family member.
Yeah, which is like the best thing about it, because it's like, you know, if we can connect in that level, shit.
Yeah.
I think we can have more than one as well.
Oh,
I don't think
definitely.
that there's just one person out there, because I mean, what would be the odds of finding that person?
Mine is
Very
probably
small.
like all the way in fucking Norway or like Antarctica, and I'm over here.
Right? Or like not even born yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Mine's
Oh my
probably crying.
Mine is probably thinking that he's with the love of his life and the one, like, baby, wait till you meet me, then you'll see. Have fun.
do you ever
you
think
will.
about that? Do you ever think about like what your future what your future husband's doing right now?
This
I
idiot
haven't
is
done
probably
it.
like just thinking that he's living life right now, and I'm like, I'm gonna disturb the fuck out of your peace. Wait till I get there.
I'm about to fuck the shit.
Oh my god. So wait.
Or maybe he's... What?
Go ahead.
I believe personally, like, you know how I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but I think it's the Chinese. The Chinese believe in the yin and the yang.
Yes.
Like, one
Yes.
part completes the other. Like, I believe, I'm a hopeless romantic, you guys. I may not look it, but I believe, like, there's someone out there who is that other half that is with you, that it is it. Like, they're gonna be with you till the end. Those memories are gonna be there. Like, that is your ride or die, and
Your
I really
lobster.
believe in that. Yeah,
Your lobster.
I really believe in that. And ride or die, that's another reference.
I keep telling myself this, and this is giving me hope that I'm not gonna die alone.
I have hope, honestly. It's like my issue is that I over romanticize everything in my life, and it's like I
Mhm.
put way too many eggs in too many baskets, but fuck
Mhm.
it. So this is gonna follow up to this question. So what are your experiences with relationship this far? Like, you know,
Like dating?
like dating, girl. Relationships, one night stands, long-term relationship, long distance.
Oh
Like,
my
Oh
God.
boy.
what is your experiences? I want to know.
Give me
How
the
much
tea.
time do you have? Just
Oh
kidding.
my God.
Literally, like- and here's my book.
Okay, so who wants to take the
Chapter
floor?
1.
Chapter 1, where I fucked up. So you see here,
I was born.
I was born.
Yeah, I know.
But
Okay, so I will start.
go ahead.
So with friendships, I had this sort of roller coaster because I have friends who I'm friends with since we are like 3 or 4 years old, and so that's like basically sisterhood now. But I have friends who I thought they were actually sisters, and I moved country and we just lost contact and I never talked to them again. And with dating, well, I have had a guy I was dating for almost 4 years, and it ended last year, and it was definitely a hard one to experience, because I kind of lost myself a little bit while we were dating. But looking at the positive side, because it ended, I learned so much about myself, and this year was such a good self-reflection year. So yeah, and
The good thing
one
is
night
that like you found, like you said, like, you know, you found yourself, and you know, you grew stronger than that. So it's like,
yeah, definitely.
that I think the best thing out of that experience is that, like, you know, you found like you, and you overcame it, you know. And I think that's how
Definitely.
most experiences are with relationships. I feel like everyone has a different like situation, I guess, but the outcome of it is always the same. Like, you come out stronger. Like, yeah, in the moment you're hurt, but you come out stronger.
That's the thing. Like, I was so kind of sad that it ended, because it was a long relationship, and I thought that he's the one, right? But now I'm looking back, I'm not sad, and actually it's a positive experience, because what I've said before, that I found myself now. So yeah.
What about
Isn't
you,
that the
Madison?
best when I was gonna say, it's not the best like when you finally make it through a point in time that you think you're never gonna get through, and then you look back and you're like, holy shit, I did that, and I'm like, okay.
That's that hope, baby. That's that hope. You gotta
And it,
remain
like,
hopeful.
It just like makes it all like come full circle. So I would say I've had 2 serious relationships. I mean, I had a good amount of boyfriends in high school, but I don't really count those. It was so long ago. I've had 2 relationships, both lasted for a couple years. First one really fucked me up. Second one, great guy, still good friends with him. He's one of my best friends. I haven't dated anybody since like 2014, so I have been single as a Pringle for 6 years, but I'm not even mad about it. Not even mad about it.
Keishla, where you at, girl?
Let's see. I mean, relationship dating wise, I've had lows and highs, but I'm gonna be really honest. Hearing you guys talking about your experiences, and I've been analyzing my own experiences, I've been one of the lucky ones. I want to say, because I've had more better experiences than bad experiences. I think out of all of my relationships, probably one of them was like really bad, ended really bad, and it was my first relationship ever. So I think that one just taught me the game and how to do this, and it made me realize the kind of person that I want to be when it comes to relationships. So the rest of my relationships have ended. I stayed friends with my past boyfriends. So only the first one was like a crash and burn situation, but I managed to stay really, really good friends with all of my exes. So yeah.
It's really cool when you can like be friends with an ex, but it's like, I always feel like it's awkward because there's always gonna be that history. But then again, it's like, I can't say much because like with my last ex, we realized we're better off as friends than as a couple. And I think it's really cool that can happen. So, you know, shout out to the people that you can be friends with after a relationship and you can be mature about it. But yo, quick question. Would you guys ever do a long distance relationship? Like me personally, I would. So like, you know, we'll come back to that later. But like, what about you guys? Like, would you guys be down for a long distance relationship?
That's a no from me.
Well, the relationship I was talking about earlier, that started with him living in the same town, and then he moved away because of work. So we kind of went from a normal sort of relationship to a long distance one. And if you have trust and communication, it can work. And my relationship didn't end because of the distance. It ended because of other factors. And I'm not sure if I would do it again, but if I would find a guy who is worth it, I would consider it.
Yeah, I feel like the person you're gonna be in a long distance relationship with, he has to be worth it, and like she or he has to be worth it. And I feel like, you know, trust and communication comes in, you know, hand in hand for this, because like if you don't have either or, like you're pretty much fucked. And it's like with long distance relationship, I have had a good experience and a bad experience, because I was a milso, and for those who don't know what that is, it's pretty much when you're in a relationship with someone in the military, and he was stationed in Hawaii, and for those 2 years I literally thought like, oh my god, I'm not gonna get through it, like it's gonna be annoying, it's not gonna work, we're gonna end up breaking up, which we did regardless. But I learned in that, you know, the one thing I learned out of all of that was, even when he came home for the 2, 3, 4, 5 days that he was home, I like, it helps you like you learn how to cherish a person and their time more. And I feel like with long distance relationship, you just learn how to value that person more and really like, you know, take all that in, like really appreciate it, I guess you can say. But I do it. It just depends on the person. What about you guys?
Yeah.
I really had a really bad experience with long distance relationship. But also maybe it was just my own personal situation. But I think what you guys said is key. I'm willing to try it again, but this person has to be really, really like supportive and show me that it's worth the try. And it's all about communication and trust and loyalty. But for me, it's a long shot. If I ever do it again, this person is like really, really important and really show me that he's worth the shot.
I'm in this, well, I'm not gonna really say it. I'm in this situation now where it's kind of long distance, and sometimes it's like the person's a great dude and everything, and I can't believe I'm even talking about this, but he's a great dude and everything, but sometimes I'm like, you know what, like your experiences from the past will always fuck you up, because it'll somehow spill into the future of it, because like the person can be a great dude and everything, but like you're thinking like, oh my god, like I'm definitely getting played, and that mentality is always gonna mess me up.
But that's the thing, you can't start any relationship even if the guy is there in the same town. You can't start it with the mentality, and just because you had bad experience with boys in the past, it doesn't mean that your next one's gonna be bad one too.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta go, you know, forward, but you get scared.
Yeah.
What about you,
You gotta
Madison?
give him. I was gonna say, just to touch on that, like you do have to start all relationships with kind of like a blank slate of trust. But again, it's so hard not to use what you've learned in the past to kind of work against you in that type of way. You know, like I've definitely been cheated on before, and that is a huge like fear factor now moving forward. I'm always going to be thinking of that, you know, in a relationship. And you don't want to, because the person that you're, you know, currently with is probably like the best person ever, but it's just, I mean, trust issues are like a real thing that we can get into later.
It's always hard
But,
to deal with that.
Yeah. I would say I definitely don't prefer long distance. If it was the right person, I would make it work. I'm not against it. So that's kind of where I stand. I'm kind of like neutral with it. I really enjoy my own space, so I might really like it. But if it was the right person, I probably wouldn't want to be away from them. So
also, I don't know about you guys, but my long distance relationship was my messiest breakup out of all of them.
Shit.
Spill the
It was like
tea.
the worst.
Spill it.
Spill it. What happened?
I can't believe I'm saying this, and hopefully, I don't know if he will ever listen to this. If he ever does, he knows who he is.
The suspense is killing me, y'all. Like, I don't know about
shit.
you, but I'm like,
I dated somebody
gossip.
who served not the military, but it was another kind of service.
Shit.
So when they begin or they enroll themselves in the service, they need to go away for training. So
those
he
suck, by
tells
the
me
way.
he's gonna go. Yeah, he tells me that he's gonna tell me. He tells me that he enlisted and that he needs to go away from training. I'm like, I've always been the kind of girl who's very supportive. So me being the supportive girlfriend, I'm like, oh sure, babe, no worries. Then he tells me it's like, oh no, it's like a 6-month training, and then I come back and then I leave again. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's okay, it's fine. I'm being supportive.
You're such a ride or die. Oh my god.
I'm
She's
very
a
loyal.
keeper.
I'm very supportive. I'm very, very supportive. So he left, No communication for 6 months. When he
Shit.
came back, I never knew he came back. I found out through a mutual friend. So I found out, I call him, he never picks up. Bear with me. This was during the time, I think Madison can relate. I don't know if Beka and Vilma can relate. This was during the time Messenger, like the old school Messenger existed.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So, and that was like a big thing among like us 90s kids, Messenger. So
Oh, yeah,
I wrote to
no.
him, and we basically broke up during Messenger because he wrote to me. He was
Shit.
like, look, I'm really sorry, but I got another girlfriend.
I would fuck him up. I hope you fucked
Okay.
him up. I hope you fucked him up. I
Oh
said
my
3
know
times.
what? I'm the kind of person who's very passive.
Mm.
And usually when a Latina is upset, and Vilma, you know this, know this, like when a Latina is upset and goes really passive with it, people get really worried.
Oh no, when I'm mad, you will know I'm mad. And if you waste my time, you better hope I don't catch you in these streets.
Oh my god.
So the thing is that my best friend is a family member from him, and I just responded with, okay. And that
Okay.
no,
That's it?
no,
Absolutely not.
honey.
Holy hell,
Fucked
no.
him up because my best friend called me and she was like, what did you do to him? He's freaking out. And I'm like, what did I do to him? What? And I just screenshotted the whole thing and sent it to her, and she was like, she told me she
Jeez.
told him that, oh, whatever happens to you, it's what you get.
He was probably
Oh my
expecting a
God.
huge reaction out of you, and you just like fucking ruined it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I give
I
it
just
up to
think
you
he
though.
thought I
because
was gonna
can't-
mess up his car.
I give it up to you. I can't do that because honestly, like if I like, it's one thing for me to stay loyal and everything for 6 months. You come back, don't say nothing, and then you say, oh, we can't be together. Something's
can't
gotta
believe I just
give.
said
Listen, either you knock yourself the fuck out, or I do. And if you don't want me doing it, like, just like, I can't. It's like, the thing is, it's the respect. You feel me? That it's not like you can break up with me, whatever, you can cheat on me. It's the respect that like I respected you, and you can't give me the same respect. That's where you fuck me up. I don't care about that breaking up.
First
shit.
of all,
You
I
fucked
can't
up.
believe I just said that.
We
And
unfiltered here.
yeah,
I mean,
totally
I
said that.
thought
It
I
hurts.
thought I won the messiest breakup because my story is very similar to yours.
No, trust me.
Okay.
After
So,
Beka, watch. Go ahead, Beka.
oh god.
Watch.
So I was dating this guy, and we were both young, but like not very young. Anyway, so we were dating, and it was going well, and all that. We were both in love. I mean, well, I thought we were both in love. Anyway, and then we had Facebook. I think it just became popular. And anyway, and I saw, so we were in a relationship like 6-7 months, and everything was going fine. Apparently, clearly not. Anyway, and then I saw he was posting pictures with this girl. He went to Egypt with this girl, and he didn't even tell me. And we were supposed to be in a relationship, like we were official and everything.
What?
Did you get a flight
And
to
he
Egypt
just-
and fuck his ass up?
No, I wanted to, but
Wow.
no. So I pretended I didn't see anything, and I went over to his, and then
You're
we-
too nice.
No, because I just wanted to like basically stab him. Not really, but really. Anyway, I went over to his, and I was like, "So, how was Egypt?" And then he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, but I kind of wanted to date this girl, and like we've been dating for 1.5 years."
Would have
And I
been
was like,
dead
I'm
on the
so
ground.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Becca,
Wait.
listen, you're a Leo.
Oh,
You're closeted
God.
friends.
How old were you
and
with him?
I was like 7 months.
He was dating a
didn't-
girl for 1.5 years.
Yep, and then there was me, and then oh boy, I was so mad. I broke the chair on him. The Leo came out, and I was
Okay,
like,
clearly
"You
Leo came
fuck."
out. Because I was going to say, girl, nothing broke. Like, the thing is, okay, I feel like everyone can agree to this. You know what gets you mad, right? And the people that are most close to you, they've been around you for so long. They know what gets you mad. They know what gets you fired up. Like, you'll give them like 3 warnings before all hell goes to the wind, right?
Yep, that's me.
My stupid ass ex, I'm not gonna say who, he knows the 3 stages before I black out and I'm not aware of what the fuck I'm doing. He kept it. He was like yeet, 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 and I'm like, dude, get away from me. Stop fucking with me. Like, just leave me alone. This dude kept going at it and won't shut the fuck up and kept fighting and kept arguing. I got so fed up, and it's like at this point, I start shaking. I turn red, veins popping out everywhere in my face. I threw a glass vase at his face because he wouldn't leave me alone. And then he has the nerve to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you bugging? Motherfucker, I told you, leave me the hell alone, and you didn't want to. So but now you bleeding. Now you need stitches. Now my fault. And you know what cracks me up even more is that I had to drive him to the fucking emergency room, right? And I'm over here doing everything. The nurse is like, oh, so what happened? And he's like, well, we were having a fight. Listen, true story. I can't even make this up. He's like, we were having a fight, and she lost her temper. Lost my temper, my ass. I told you 3 times, leave me the fuck alone. Long story short, vase to the face, and she's like, oh, well, you should have listened. I lost it right there. I lost it because it's true. Because if you know someone's getting mad and you just keep, it's like if you keep poking the bear, what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
you're gonna get fucked up. This dude summoned the fuck out of me, so I was like, you know what, vase to the face. And now look, now a nurse is laughing at you.
Vase to the face.
Not my fault. Sorry.
Where's the merch? We need the merch. Vase to the face.
I was gonna say.
God.
Well, mine was a long time ago. I was a freshman in college, and he was probably like the first real love or so I thought. Like, I was head over heels for this guy. He was a year older. He went to a different college. I went and like would visit him like every weekend at his college. He never would come and see me, but that's besides the point. So I think like a year and a half in, he would use my laptop a lot, and he would get on his Facebook on my laptop. I think we know where this story is going.
Oh shit.
His Facebook was up on my laptop, but he was gone. He went back to school. There were messages from a girl. He was cheating on me and like Facebook messaging this girl, just like getting into the details about their sexual relationship. I had to read the whole thing word for word. Like, I was holding back vomit, basically. I'm kind of getting triggered right now just thinking about it. I was so beside myself. I mean, let's like, to be completely open and honest, he was like my first everything. Like, I gave him everything. He was like it. He was having sex with another girl. My heart is like racing, and it's been like, it's been like 10 years. I was just like blind with like rage, anger, hurt, whatever. Me being stupid me. I mean, obviously, like, I confronted him, broke up with him, but I got back with him.
Madison,
like,
you're
Madison.
fucking lying.
I
You're
know.
fucking lying.
I'm not kidding. I got back with him like a few months later, and then he leaves me and moves to Alaska.
Oh my god.
I don't want to laugh, but Alaska? What?
I hope you
His
can
mom-
feel that I'm slapping you right now.
His mom was a nurse in the military. She got stationed in Alaska, so he went out there with her. But to say the very least, he fucked me up so bad. I also let him fuck me up again. But I was like pretty fucking damaged after that relationship.
You know what it is,
it took
though?
me
Like,
a year to get through that.
Y'all want some tea?
You know what the thing is, real quick though, like, you see how like we're all like, Madison, what the fuck? But it's like, yo, when you're blinded, you let anything slide. Like, the dude could be talking to a girl and you're like, oh, they're just friends. Meanwhile, you're like so blinded that, real you would have been like, snap the fuck out of it, get out of there. But it's like, you got dick whipped.
To be fair, it's so true.
Like,
yeah, I was like on another level, honestly.
I got some tea on myself. I'm not judging Madison because I also I didn't get back with him, but I did give him another date. But it was
not military, dude.
Yeah, it was out of vengeance. Wait, I got a backstory to this because one of my, like, I'm gonna say he was the best relationship I've ever been in. I was actually talking to him, and like military guy comes and it slides into my DMs, and he's like texting me and trying to reach out to me because when I met the guy who was the best relationship, and he's also like one of my biggest best friends ever, he put me in such a good headspace, in such a great place, and I was doing great mentally, physically. Like I was shining, and I owe it a lot to him. So when military guy sees me like I'm glowing, he reaches out to me, and I tell the best relationship that ever happened to my life. I would tell him everything that's happening, that he's reaching out to me. He knew the whole backstory, and you know what? He told me, you know what, Keishla, we are still not in our relationship. We were just talking then. And he's like, we're still in our relationship. I'm gonna wait for you. You do your thing, and I'll be waiting here for you. So he just basically told me, go on a date with him, show him what he's missing, and then just show him that.
Are you sure you're not a Leo? That is the most Leo thing I've ever heard.
I know, that's something I would definitely do.
Yeah. But the thing that surprised me the most is that he was like so down for me to take that closure, and he was like capable of waiting for me. And I was like, oh my, that's when I realized that this dude was so special, because he was willing to like wait for me to close that chapter in my life and just go on with him, a fresh new start. So that was like, oh wait, this guy is special.
Man, to find someone that actually will say like, I will wait for you, I'll be patient, dude, what? But yo, real quick, we're talking about relationships and we're talking about all this funny stuff and all that, but you know, here at this podcast we want to be funny, we want to be, you know, what make you guys happy and everything, but we definitely want to say that if you are in a relationship or you're just, you know, single and mingle, ready to do whatever the fuck, I think I already said that, but you gotta stay safe, you know, you gotta, you know, get tested. You know, don't be embarrassed because you're getting tested, and don't be, you know, embarrassed or afraid to go every 6 months. I think that's like the minimum, right? To go every 6 months. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Get tested, you know, because nowadays it's like you can have a pretty, you know, physical out, like, you know, can look good on the outside, but your insides can be fucked up. And there's a lot of people who are like that, where, you know, you look good on the outside, but your insides is all rotten. And it's like nowadays, you know, back then we didn't, you know, well, the people before us didn't have the resources to get, you know, all the medications to take care of whatever sexually transmitted disease or infection or whatever. But now that we have that like advantage, I definitely highly recommend that you guys get tested if you're gonna have sex, after you have sex, and also know that for the women, there are options. Okay, you're not alone. There's a lot of things you can do to take care of yourself, and it's the same for the guys, you know. Like,
also, I want to put into perspective, now that Vilma said that, if you're not comfortable with something, it is okay to say no. There's nothing wrong with that. No is no, period. So if you don't feel something's right, just say no.
Also, you shouldn't say yes to something just because you want to, like, because you're interested in a guy and you're scared to lose him. Because I've been in that sort of situation when I was really interested in a guy, and I kind of like unconsciously I kind of knew that he's not as interested as I was, but I still kind of said yes to sleeping with him when I really shouldn't have, because I just wanted to keep him.
And like, those things happen, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like you need to be the one that says yes or no. Because the one quote that actually like I love the most is, women get with, you know, who they like. Women will get with who they want. Men can get with whoever they can. You understand?
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, no is no, yes is yes. So it's like, don't feel afraid to be like, oh no, I don't want to have sex yet, or I don't want to do this yet. if you're not 100% okay with it, then don't go for it.
Yeah, if the guy says then, well, I'm gonna leave you, then just please go and open the door for the fucker.
Don't even do that. Also, to go along with that, kind of like going back to the getting tested part, from personal experience, it's don't let anyone make you feel weird for wanting to get tested before sleeping with somebody. If you're in a relationship with a guy or a girl and you know want to take it to that next step and you ask them to get tested and you guys go get tested, that's not weird. That is responsible. That is normal. I had a guy who I dated, and when I asked him to go get tested, he made a huge deal about it, did not want to do it, made me feel bad for asking him to do that, and that is not okay.
I know.
Actually, very sus too.
It is very sus. And I don't know how you guys are, but my thing is just like, if I'm gonna go ahead, you know, we're all grown here, but it's like, if I'm gonna go ahead and sleep with someone, I always, you know, before anything, I'll be like, listen, I get tested a lot. Okay, I know my status. I know that I'm clean. I know that I'm good. I will not sleep with someone until I know that they're good, because I'm like, you can easily get anything. Just like, honestly, it is scary how easy you can get these infections or, you know, diseases nowadays. And it's like, if like, I'm the type to be like, yo, when was the last time you were with someone, or when was the last time that you did this? Like, I need to know. Like, you can be like, I don't care if he's honest. He goes, oh, I had sex last month. Be like, okay, well, then go get tested. And then, you know, if nothing's happening, then hey, what's up? But no, but like, you know, like, you need to know someone's status, because nowadays it's like, and you don't know. You truly don't know.
It doesn't matter if you know them and you think they're safe, or like, oh, but you know, I know this person and I slept, like, the infection is not biased to who you are. And you could be the cleanest of people, or, you know, like, be the highest of whatever, and it is not biased.
And
it
also
is so dangerous.
For the people that are, you know, since we were talking about exes, sometimes, you know, you can hook up with your ex. Also make sure your ex is good too. Doesn't matter that, you know, you guys had sex before. You don't know what's happening in that period from the time that y'all broke up to the time you guys hooked up again. Always ask questions. Always be forward about these kind of things. So it's just like, you know what? I'd rather be sure than not know, and then say fuck it and throw it at the wind, and then be like, oh well, you know what? Now I have this, because it's, you know, like,
it's better to be safe than sorry. That's
there you go. There you go.
Take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you need any help, we know all the best places and information that you need. Don't feel free to
you can reach us. So now the sex talk's over. I want you guys to tell me, what do you look in a partner? Like, what are the outside, inside, whatever? What do you look?
I don't really care. Well, I'm not gonna be like I don't care what you look like. You know, like, obviously, you know, you kind of care a little bit, but for me, I'll give you some of the outside and a couple of the insides. On the outside, hygiene, please. Like, I cannot stand someone who has like dirty fingernails, or like, you know, if your breath is kicking, like, I'm gonna kiss you, so I don't make you feel bad, but I won't never talk to you again. But like, you know, obviously you gotta stay clean, you know, body odor, like, take care of that. But on the inside, like, if you can make me laugh, you have my entire heart. That's how it is. Y'all know me with comedy, so it's like, if you can make me laugh and I can feel comfortable around you, or I'm not saying like burp and fart and shit, but like, if I can feel comfortable around you and you make me laugh, like, you're solid for me. Also, like, come on, let's face it, like, I'm silly and everything, but I love a romantic guy. I love a romantic guy, and someone who's very honest. So, that's what I look for.
I definitely agree. I feel like humor is like probably the number one thing. With a good humor comes a good personality, is just how I see it. If you're someone that can make someone laugh, you're probably a pretty, like, you know, kind person, hopefully on the inside. I also really love when someone is ambitious and inspired, someone who wants to like go after their goals. That really inspires me as well. I don't, you know, necessarily want to date someone that has zero goals in life and doesn't want to do anything, because that would not be good for me. No. I would be sitting on the couch.
Also, like, someone adventurous too, like someone who's down for adventures.
Yes, definitely.
I got the chills.
Someone who wants to kidnap me for 365 days and make me fall in love with them.
Massimo,
Oh,
where you
she
at?
went there.
Massimo, where you at? I'm here. Don't give me
Baby girl.
30. Give me 30 seconds. I don't need all them days. Just give me 30 seconds.
Yeah. We are already in love with him, so he can just kidnap us. Anyway, what I look for in a guy, it's so funny. I'm probably gonna sound like a bitch, but I don't really like guys with like blue or green eyes. So I prefer guys with dark eyes. So if you have brown eyes or hazel eyes, you get me. And I also like tall guys, but like the outside, like you can look on good on the outside and then be a piece of shit. And I've dated those kind of guys before, and that was a disaster. And I really like deep sort of conversations.
Yes.
And I'm looking for someone who I can have a conversation with about anything, and you don't have that awkward silence.
Yep.
And when you are ambitious,
Madison is just in the back like, yep.
Well, I don't want her to have the awkward silence that she was just talking about. Look, I'm here doing what I can. What are y'all doing?
I can't wait to record in person with these girls. My God.
oh my god, I don't, because I'm just gonna be hitting you guys.
No. Because you just hear Becca like, someone who's not an asshole, and then Madison's like, yep.
Madison is like,
That's it. I'm leaving. I'm done.
No, baby, don't leave.
I
Okay.
quit the podcast.
So,
I quit.
I quit.
okay,
Thanks
so
for
I
ruining
think,
it for me. I'm just kidding.
so what are the qualities do you like, Beka?
Oh, like personality wise?
Yeah.
Well, humor, that's for sure. I like guys who are ambitious. Yep.
Fuck you.
Continue.
And be goal orientated. So I kind of always know what I want to do in life, and I always have like 5-10 year goals. And if there's a guy who is like, oh, I like to play Xbox, I'm like, good. So what are your plans for, I don't know, in 5 years? And when he can't say anything, I'm like, okay, bye. So yeah.
Sorry, Fortnite players. You don't have Beka in your list.
Okay, so well, on the inside, you know what quality that I really like in a man?
His penis.
Honesty. Penis too. I'm just kidding.
I'm
But
sorry, guys.
like personality wise, you know what's a really good turn on for me? A man who's really family oriented.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
That for me is like it. If a guy is down for his family 100%, like that shows me that he's gonna be a
Oh my
great
god, I
family guy.
know.
So that for me is a really big turn on. And obviously humor. I love to laugh. I'm a hopeless romantic. If he's a romantic, even better. On the outside, I love a guy with a really nice smile.
Man.
I have a tendency to like younger guys, so yeah.
You know what I'm a sucker for? I don't know why. And I think, well, my friend Mandy was saying this a couple days ago. There's 2 things I'm a sucker for. That's long hair and eyes. I noticed that. And I like, now that I'm looking at like the history of guys I dated, I'm like, oh my goodness, these dudes had amazing eyes or really pretty hair. Massimo, where you at?
Oh, I always look at their hands. I'm such like a hand whore, because if they have nice hands and they're not biting their nails and stuff like that, you're a good guy.
I know how you feel, because it's like, their hands is, a guy's hand is going to become my necklace soon. So I understand it. I understand
Exactly.
I understand it.
Exactly.
Oh my
That
god.
shit's gonna be on me, in me. So
Whoa.
I'm leaving.
Shit got real
Well,
quick.
Okay, so how do you let someone know that you're interested in them?
Can someone tell me? Because I don't know.
Okay, so this is what you're gonna do, right? This is what you're gonna do. I ain't laughing. Okay, so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go up to the guy, and you're gonna,
Oh God,
be like,
I already
"Yo,
can't do it.
what?" You're gonna walk over to a guy, right? But you have to have like this swag ass walk when you're walking up to him, right?
Oh,
I'm
dear
out.
God.
I'm out.
You're gonna like look him dead in his eyes, pull out your phone, and be like, "Yo," and just pass the phone to him,
Can we?
Huh.
and that's it.
So when you come to Raleigh, are we gonna try that theory out?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna, you know what the plan is. I'm gonna walk up and I'll be like, "Yo," and then the guy's gonna be like,
So-
"All right."
So you guys think that it's okay for girls to make the first step?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
I mean, honestly, sometimes you gotta shoot your shot. I've shooted my shot. I shotted my shot. Whatever the fuck it is. I have done it before, and it worked out once. And
Once out of
that was
10
it.
times. I'm just kidding.
But nah, like all jokes aside, like I would just I have an asshole way of letting someone know that I'm interested in them, and that's two ways. I'll make lots of jokes because if I can make you laugh, I know I got you in the fucking bag. And two, I will kind of like not insult you, but make fun of you, because you know what they say, like when a girl picks on you, she likes you, and it's like it's literal for me. Like no, if I'm making fun of you and I'm making like jokes and stuff like that, you'll know. Or if not, just send a picture of your boobs or something. No, I'm kidding.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Back to your question about the if girls will make the first move. I got into TikTok late, but I like to do the round of questions, like questions for girls. And there's this Latino version, and one of the questions was, who should make the first move, the guys or the girls? And my answer, like, it was straight on, really quick. I mean, girls can do it, but brownie points to the guys if you do it first.
Exactly. I want to date a guy with balls.
I mean,
I'm
he
the
already has
opposite.
balls, sis. He already has balls.
I mean, obviously, I want to date a guy with balls, but if a guy is trying too hard,
And that's all, period.
if a guy is trying too hard to get me, then I don't want him anymore.
Wait, so that's a turn off for you?
Well, okay, like he can come up to me, make the first move, but Vilma, can I speak? Can I speak?
Can I get this out? Can I get this out? What if you date someone, right? He got no balls, literally, like no balls.
I mean, then I don't know how. Probably not gonna go well.
God, I'm crying.
Okay. So I like a guy that plays hard to get. I get turned off if they come on too strong. That's what I was trying to say. That's all.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of like outgoing in a sense. Like if I really like a guy, I will definitely let him know. But I also like if the guy shows interest.
Okay, but how do you let them know? Do you just text them? You just call them? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, if it wasn't for the fucking the coronavirus and stuff, like I would, take a go-go juice. You guys know what this means, a go-go juice, and I'll just be like, "Hi, you're cute."
What the fuck is a go-go juice?
Girl, alcohol. Damn.
An alcoholic drink.
Bitch, what the fuck?
It's an alcoholic drink. You just take a go-go juice. So,
I learned something new today.
How are you guys meeting guys that you like?
girl.
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, honestly.
That's my problem.
I know.
Okay, I'm just gonna flat out say it. I don't care who judges me. Tinder, boom. Hate me all you want. I don't care.
Ugh, it causes me
never-
too much anxiety.
But here's the thing.
Never had Tinder.
Tinder.
I need to move. All the good ones are taken.
Look.
Bumble.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna share it. I don't care. Unfiltered. The dude that I'm talking to, I met him through Tinder, right? But the thing is, at the time, my friend was like, hey, you should do the Tinder passport. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Apparently on Tinder, I don't know if they're still doing it now, but you can go on Tinder, put any location you want, and meet whoever the fuck you want, wherever the fuck you want. Like, cuties in Paris, cuties in China, cuties all over the place.
Oh,
And
I
I,
need to register.
I happened to put, Los Angeles, and boom.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm dead ass. And there it is. And here I am. So yeah, so ladies, if
Here is in LA.
who's in LA?
He is.
Well, was, not anymore.
Oh.
But
Also, P.S. This is not sponsored by Tinder, by the way. We wish,
Unfortunately,
we would
but
like
no.
to.
Still fucking single.
If Tinder wants to sponsor us or Bumble, I will use those apps. But
Yeah.
until
Or if
then, I
Tinder
will
wants
not.
to send me a boyfriend, I would appreciate that too.
no, honestly, Beka and Keishla, like y'all should do the Tinder passport. You'd be surprised. Like imagine you met a cutie from like Paris or something. Girl.
US. Oh my god, imagine me meeting a guy in US and I go over and like I dumped a guy and instead I'm gonna meet you guys.
Yes, it's a
Wait.
date.
Wait. Imagine you guys showing me, you find somebody on Tinder from Puerto Rico and you show me the picture. I'm like, girl, that guy has like 3 girlfriends.
Oh my God.
Imagine I'm like, Keishla, I found somebody in Puerto Rico. You're like, girl, that's my cousin. We family now, Keishla.
Probably. Probably.
We're family.
Oh
Like,
boy.
God. Okay, wait a minute. But we talked about, you know, how do you let someone know you're interested in, but how do you turn someone down that you're not interested in? Like, you don't, like, you just
Honestly.
as a friend, you don't have the hots for them. Like,
Here's what you do.
Madison,
that's
you
a
should
friend
take the
zone.
floor on this one.
I've got the answer.
Go ahead.
You should just
here's-
DM your
Here's what you got to
friends.
do. You just stole my
Yeah.
story, Beka. Yes, exactly. You DM your 3 friends. You have them each type up a response. They send you said response. You go through each response, and then you take pieces from each of those 3 responses and you merge them together, and you make one really bomb one, and then you fucking full send it, and then you freak out when you send it, and then you wait for them to respond, and that's it.
Or
And they
you can
Got
just
you the whole
send,
time.
or you can just send each one of your friends, draft it up, and be like, "Yo, choose one and pick the one you like."
Oh my God.
Just pick the, like, look, my friend from Puerto Rico said this, my friend from New York said this, my friend from United Kingdom said this. So you just pick the one you like. Each one says the same thing. You pick which one you like.
Pick the
mine
rejection
was
that best fits you.
Oh god.
Oh my
So
God.
that's what I suggest. If you guys need a really good rejection text, hit me up. I have the perfect one drafted. It's saved in my notes on my phone. I would be happy to share it with you. Just
Also, if you need a good friend zone text and you don't want to use the one Madison has, or it's like been used too much, feel free to DM us at the internationally Unfiltered podcast Twitter, and we'll draft one up for you, specifically for you.
Or you could just be like, "Nah, bro, I don't like you."
well, if you're trying to save a friendship, then you want to be delicate. But if you don't give a fuck, then just fucking full send on the fuck.
It's just I think it's just very hard because obviously you feel bad for the person, but
right.
and then there is me. Like I'm just honest. If I'm not interested, I'm not going to be interested just because you are cute and you want to date me.
I mean, we.
I wish I didn't care.
I mean, we could joke around, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, if it was you in that situation, you would want that person to handle it, you know.
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, yeah, you can joke around and everything, but be honest with the person. Be straight up. Just be like, hey, like, I'd rather us be friends, or I'm sorry, I just don't feel that way. And that's okay. Maybe one day, but not right now. Don't leave hope.
Also,
No, like,
I don't know about you guys, but my first friend zone was so uncomfortable. It was in a sandwich shop, to the point that I have not returned to said sandwich shop in my life. I'm not sure if it still exists. Oh, there's other places in the world or in the country, honey. Like, no, I'll go to Subway.
When I come
Keishla
to visit
said-
you, we're going to that sandwich shop. I don't care what you
Keishla
say.
said, Keisha's like, you know what? I'm going to a different mercado and I'm going to get myself a different sandwich.
Yes. ECC.
Oh my God.
Wait, this would actually be really fun if you guys do need like polite rejections or whatever. You should DM us because we could craft up
Honestly,
some stuff.
we got
That'd be
you.
really fucking fun.
Don't hit me up though. Don't hit me up.
Hit up IU the podcast
Because
Twitter.
I'm
and
gonna
we'll-
mess you up. No, I'm kidding. But
I
wait,
did send a cute one though.
yeah, or if not, you just send a meme. Girl, do you know how many things? Listen, I would delete every picture on my phone, but not my memes. And I feel like if a guy says like, "Hey, I like you," and you don't like him back, just send him a meme. That's it. Like whatever meme you got that it just looks like the answer.
Oh my god. I just remembered something. Do you guys remember that Ryan did the this video on TikTok, and then when you had to guess the word,
Guess the gibberish.
The friend zone one.
and he wasn't like sure what's going on, and you just got friend zone. Oh my god, just send him the video.
That's
Ryan is the funniest
Speaking-
dude ever.
Speaking of Ryan, his birthday's in 2 days, so happy birthday.
Stop it.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Aw,
Happy
I
birthday.
think
I love Ryan.
yeah, it's on June 20. Oh my god, it's gonna be the day we drop the podcast.
So I hope
Oh
you
my god, happy birthday, Ryan.
Ryan, if you're listening, happy birthday. We love you, and you're a king.
You're an inspiration for us.
You're a king.
And because we are a diverse group, I'm gonna say in Spanish, cumpleaños feliz.
Happy 30th, the big 3-0. We love you.
Oh my.
I just had a thought, like, what is different? Do you guys feel different dating in your 20s
Oh, for
versus
sure.
like when you were younger? Like, what's the difference? Is it the same?
You know what's the difference? Now dating in my 20s, I'm a mom. I have to, like, if I'm dating someone now, I mean, obviously I'm a single mom, so if I'm dating someone now, it's like I have to find someone who would be accepting of not only me, but of my like my kid too, and accepting of who I am, because it's like dating in your 20s, especially when you're a mom, not easy, because not everyone wants to be with a parent and everything. But I feel like dating in my teens is like, oh, you just date to make your MySpace look cute, like, oh, me and my boo bear. But you know, dating in my 20s, it's definitely a roller coaster, because it's never easy, never. And if it is,
Yeah.
it's because I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you definitely know more about yourself the older you get. You know what you are looking for and what you want. So I honestly would say it probably gets easier. You can kind of say no faster because you know that you've already done things that there's things and people that you just don't match with you. So I would say it's definitely easier.
I feel like you value yourself a lot more in your 20s than younger, because you just feel like you peer pressure to date anyone, and you just kind of jump into anything. Or maybe I just did that. but in your 20s, you definitely value yourself more, and you say yes or no sooner, and
Right.
it's
I mean,
And it's
I
crazy
mean,
because it's like it might. Oh, go ahead. You're good.
go ahead, Bema. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, in my teens, I just dated so I don't look like a loser. But even then, it's like,
yeah,
no,
that's what I was trying to say, but it's 1:30.
Oh my god. Okay. So, like, I think personally, for me right now in my 20s, is like, if I date someone, like, I think you're it, or we're going serious with this, because I'm not. When I was a teenager, I used to date like, and it didn't matter if we lasted 2 years, 3 years. But now in my 20s, it's like, no, we're going at this for the long run, because I am not going to end this at 5 years and start over again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you kind of look what? So you kind of date to find the one, and you look for marriage?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
What are your views on marriage?
I see myself like the whole 9 yards, married, the kids, the house. Like, I believe in family so hard that I really do want that. That's for me for sure.
One thing for me is, like, I feel like once I get married, that's it. I don't believe in divorce. So if I marry you, we're in it until, literally death do us part. Like, if there's a problem, we're gonna work through it. Obviously, if it's too toxic, you gotta get a divorce. But it's like, for my sake, it's like, if I marry you, we're in it for the long haul. Like, you're stuck with me. I'm sorry. Get over it. You'll be all right. But no divorce here. Like, I want to get married.
I think I want to get married, because my parents been together since they were 14, so they were married for like 30 odd years, and yeah, I have such a good, like, what's the word I'm looking for, like a role models in front of me, experience. And yeah, I want to get married, but also I had this image in my head that if I have kids before marriage, then I don't want to get married. Like, I'm gonna sound like a bitch, but hey, that's me. I want that day to be about me and my husband, and not about the kids.
She said,
if
"Fuck
that
them
makes
kids."
But I want to have kids and a husband and all that. So I know, but
I've always
yeah.
wanted to get married. Just that whole dress thing and like write vows. I'm not even kidding. I've been practicing writing vows for who? Nobody, but I've been practicing them.
Stop. That's so cute.
I have a Pinterest folder full of wedding ideas. And
Okay, I have a Pinterest
I hope you guys.
folder.
I hope you guys will be my bridesmaids and stuff.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course we
Oh
are.
shit.
I never thought Vilma would be the one to plan out like a wedding. Like, I would
No, I
just
am.
go to court, get married, but I just want like not the like preparing a wedding. I just like the whole marriage thing. Like, we're in
I'm
this
cheesy.
together for everything.
I'm cheesy, okay?
So
I love the whole thing. I love the whole like wedding thing and the dress and the oh my god, bitch, you're getting married. Like, I love it, okay? Like,
Yeah.
it's just so I
Oh.
can get fucked up in my dress and then 30, 40 years later I'll be like, hey babe, remember this day? Yeah.
Oh,
I want
that's
that
so-
too.
Wedding. And then we bang
I
it
want-
out.
I want a cute but classy wedding. So like, I want a beautiful dress but also classy. But
I feel like I
don't
would
know.
go really simple. But what about you, Madison? You've been really quiet.
Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely want to get married.
fuck it.
I court marriage, love marriage, think it's great.
Yep.
Once I find a man, once I talk to a man,
She said once I find
Also, stop being a single ass.
I'm
Oh,
so
I'm
single, it
telling you.
hurts.
when I get out there, Madison, we're gonna go manhunting.
All right.
I'm gonna help you
Let's
find a
fucking
man.
do it. I definitely want. I mean, so my twin sister is married, which is that day was actually very interesting for me. I had a lot of emotion. I don't know why. I almost think I was taking away like her, like nerves. I like almost had a panic attack walking down the aisle in her wedding. I do not know why, but she was like calm as hell. She was great. I was full on like losing my shit. But her wedding was perfect. It was beautiful. It was like not too big, not too small. So I definitely saw what that looks like and I would want that for myself. But I think I'm more of a person that would have a smaller wedding and then use the money to go travel for my honeymoon. Like, I really just care about a really fancy bougie ass honeymoon.
Like a very nice ceremony, but then like fuck the after party.
Yeah, well, no, I would definitely I want a reception. I want like the party part for sure. But it doesn't need to be anything super insane.
I just hope that like when I
yeah.
do get married or whenever that day comes, you guys get fucked up and give me the most fucked up but very cute, sappy, like, you know, cheers. Just drunk
Yeah.
though. Just drunk.
I'm just
Yes.
over here planning the bachelorette party. Sorry.
Oh my god, stop.
It's gonna be a penis.
It's so fun. Like, we call it handu.
A what?
A
Oh, a
handu.
Hindu. I saw that on your Instagram. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm planning a handu now, a handu weekend, and it is the most fun to organize, and I can't wait for my friend to like get married next week, and we're gonna go for this few days away, and it's just, I don't know, it's amazing, so exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yo,
I got a question on my head, that one of those random questions, kind of like Vilma.
Oh God.
Not even a question.
girl.
Have y'all ever thought like who the heck invented kissing? Like, how did that happen? Like,
I want to meet the fucker who did, because thank
no, but
you. I love kissing. I don't know what. Like,
I love kissing.
I
I'm such a
love
kisser.
kissing. Like,
who did, like, who thought like, oh, I like you, let me put my mouth on yours, like put my tongue inside of your mouth, and like, is that okay? Like, who? What?
Imagine the first people that ever did it. Like, like how fucking weird.
But here's a concept for you though. Imagine it wasn't the mouth and they're like, here, let me kiss your butt. Come here. I mean, it happens now, but like, imagine instead of kissing the way we do mouth to mouth, it's mouth to butt.
Oh.
You see what I mean? But like,
I don't want to imagine.
But aside from that, I mean, I love kissing. The thing is that like I haven't kissed anyone in over 2 years, so I feel like I might have. Yeah, I'm serious. I haven't kissed anyone in like 2 years.
Oh shit! Even I've kissed people. Oh man.
Sorry. Listen.
Same.
I'm waiting for the day. But the thing is, it's like, you know what it is?
Corona, baby.
Oh, shut up. You know what it is? Kissing someone is so, it's not even like, oh, it's hot and blah, blah. It's like the little things you get while you're kissing someone. You sometimes feel a heartbeat. You can feel like their body shaking or whatever the fuck. And it's like those little, okay, it's gonna sound so like, oh
dude, when they caress your hair.
the little moans is what gets me. And like the lip biting, oh god, I love it. But then
This
again,
took a turn.
I also love when a guy is so much taller, and when you kiss him, he kind of rubs you in his arms, and you
I'm
just
about to
feel
say,
so safe.
Becca, where you go with this? 'Cause rub you
Okay, I'm keeping it a kissing.
girl, man. But yeah, there's nothing like kissing. But then, I love how it'll go from like soft, like from innocent to like then soft, and then it progresses, and then next thing you know, you're being flung to the across the wall. Wow.
Let's keep it.
Remind me to never let my parents listen to my podcast.
Okay, let's keep it PG. But it's like, do you know the excitement you get when like you're rammed to a wall and the dude is just kissing you? Like,
yeah.
Like I want someone to grab the back of my neck like Massimo did. Like, just wow, that was a scene.
I know. I do like that too.
Like,
Okay,
let's drift away. But what is some things that trigger you, like from an ex or someone that you were involved with?
A liar.
Loud chewing.
Girl, I mean, like, okay.
How different answers.
Y'all came so fast. I mean, like, what triggers you in the aspect of like, okay, for me, the song Forever by Chris Brown triggers me because it reminds me of my ex that was in the military, and that was our song. So now every time I hear it, I'm like, take that fucking song off. Triggers me every time. That's what I meant. Not someone chewing, Keishla. She's like chewing. Someone.
No, I said chewing.
Oh.
No, I said a liar.
Yeah.
As if we didn't know they were lying. Okay, whatever. Anyways, for me, I think it would be a perfume.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
That Axe bullshit. Oh my god.
Honestly, I forget what album it is by Taylor Swift. I think it's
I was gonna say Taylor Swift.
Her album came out that freshman year when I was going through that shitty ass breakup with that fuckhead, and I listened to that song Last Kiss probably 10 million times when I was going through that breakup. So every time I hear it, it like actually does trigger me.
Oh my god.
There's something about music, like when you mix it for someone, oh my god. Like
the thing is, like, any Taylor Swift song triggers me because my ex loved Taylor Swift, and like he was proper fan, and every time she was on a TV, I'm so proud of myself saying TV and not telly. Also, anyway, he was listening to her and like singing and all that, and then he always like compared me to her, and I'm like, dude, I'm literally like, I'm not even near her, like look wise. We look so different.
she said,
why are you dating?
She said, you see her? That ain't me, boo.
I know, and just nah, this is no.
But you know what it is though? It's like it triggers you. Like it can trigger you badly, but at the same time, it's like as you're like, oh my god, fuck this song, like oh that asshole.
It more like annoys me than
you kind of
triggers.
start to think about like the good times about it, and you're like, you know what, like he wasn't all that bad, and then like those memories come back. And
disgusting.
okay, maybe not you, but for me, like when I hear it, I'm like, oh, like it was prom wasn't bad, like that's, I guess it's like like Keishla mentioned before, like a yin and a yang, there's a good and a bad, so it's like I don't know, that's how I see it. But yeah, what would you do if your partner had a best friend of the opposite sex? Like, do y'all fuck with that? Like,
oh boy, I have a story for that.
Me personally, I don't give a fuck, but I need to trust you. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're telling me, oh, that's my best friend, there's nothing about that, all right, cool. But if you lie to me and I catch something, one of y'all going out. One of y'all is gonna go out. And I don't mean like dating. I mean go out with my fist. Boom, boom.
Oh God. So I have this story. I have the worst stories with my ex. But anyway, he had his friend, and so he was quite open that they've been friends forever, since like, I don't know, like primary school. And so like it's a long friendship and all that. And I was like, look, I respect it. He was open about it, all that. But I never met the girl, so I wasn't allowed to meet her. So every time he saw her or met her or went out for dinner and stuff, I was never invited. So yeah, that kind of fucked me up, because we've been dating for almost 4 years, and like, dude, you've never even introduced me to her, so fuck you. Well, yeah. I mean, so no, I don't think I would be happy.
I think I'm cool with it. It's like Vilma said, like, it's all about communication and trust and loyalty. Also, I tend to make friends with their friends. So yeah, I don't know. It all depends on the communication thing.
But at the same time, though, it's cool to be friends with their best friend, because at least, you know, if you have that bond with them, they got your back. Especially if it's your boyfriend having a girl best friend, there's girl code. Unless, you know.
Exactly.
You know.
And the thing is, like, I was gonna, like, be nice and be okay with it, and I wouldn't mind if she would have been open and he would have been open about it, and like, we would have known each other. I wouldn't even mind them going for a dinner together, but I was totally left out, so that was a no-no.
Damn, Beka just got experiences left and right. Madison, where's that? Like, you've been awfully quiet.
Hello.
Oh wow, hello.
I'm right here.
Welcome back.
So my last relationship, he had a best girlfriend. They were best friends since like high school, so it had been like a long time. The problem was I never met her. So that is where it was really hard for me, because she would randomly call him, and like, that's like, I typically don't care if you have a girl best friend. I have a lot of guy best friends. So, but if I'm not meeting her, I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's what, like, I don't know, it just kind of like unsettles me. And I had just come off that relationship where I was having some trust issues, obviously, so I don't know, it was a little hard for me. And then come to find out, you know, there would be topics that he would talk about with her that he wouldn't talk about with me, and that's what fucked me up. Like, if you're able to get deeper with your best friend than you are with your girlfriend, then there's a problem there. So that's my 2 cents on that.
You know what?
Yeah, I had the same feeling.
What if your partner's best friend is the same sex, so like, you know, a dude and a dude, they're both best friends, but he still honors bro code, and he'll be like, well, that's my friend, I don't really care about this girl. Yeah.
At some point, if you're serious enough about your relationship, you're going to have your partner before anybody else, or else it's just not the right relationship, you know?
True that.
That's how I see it.
Also, I have a lot of like gay best friends, and I remember one relationship, he was like so sure of himself, and he had a lot of confidence in himself. That was really attractive to me also, that he knows I have gay best friends, and he was so confident in himself that he was completely cool with it. Like, he was so chill with that, and that was so attractive, and that is so great. Yeah. So yeah, I think that says a lot about a person. And I mean, I personally don't care, so to them that shows I have a confidence in me, and vice versa. Like, if they don't care, I have guy best friends, then that's really confident of their part, and that's really amazing, that's really attractive. So it goes either way. Yeah. It's all about the loyalty and the communication.
It's all about respecting your partner. Yeah, right. So I don't mind if you have a best friend opposite sex, but just be respectful and honest, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah, because it's like, you know what, like, if I'm gonna introduce it to my friends, you know, another thing also, it's like, I feel like if my friends don't like the guy that I'm dating or talking to, I'm like, eesh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But it's like, my friends know me more than anyone, but that's another topic for another day.
So this month is still Pride Month. So we do just want to take a second to say, I've seen it all over my timeline. I've seen it on my other social media platforms. I've seen a lot of you guys coming out, which I think is so awesome, so amazing. I think it's wonderful to just be true to who you are. Love is love, and I'm just so happy to see that, and we support you guys 100%.
All the
So
way.
Every
Happy
time,
Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Every time
Happy
I read a coming out story where like, guys, I just told my mom or dad, I get the goosebumps because I'm just so proud. Because like, I don't know how it feels coming out, because obviously I don't know, like I'm straight, but it's just, I don't know, it must be such a relief, and I'm so proud of everyone who does it. Like everyone.
You know what's really beautiful too? Like, there was one video I saw on Twitter. This girl came out to her parents, and she thought that her parents were gonna take it like the wrong way. They thought that they were gonna be so strict, and they were like, "No, we love you. I mean, you are our blood. We're your parents. We're here to support you, not bring you down." It's not that made me cry. What made me cry is literally how this girl was glowing. Her smile, her skin. Like, this girl's eyes opened up so big, and I was like, God, like that. I think that's what made me so emotional, because I'm like, you know what, like, love is love, and of course it is 100%, but that love right there, when your parents truly accept you and just love you for who you are, dude, like that is just like, just being accepted as is like, wow. But dude, that I will never like stop thinking about that. Like, I saw this video like I think last year.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And this girl just started glowing. She was crying. And the mom was like, listen, I know other families probably are so strict and they don't accept their children. But she's like, in this house, we accept everyone. And, we don't discriminate anyone for their sex or their race or anybody. And I was like, God, I need to make it through tonight, because this is like fucking me up. But it was just so nice to see it. It was so nice.
It's amazing.
You know what's
And we
really beautiful?
accept you guys too.
You know what's really beautiful about this generation? Because, well, everybody knows I'm a 90s kid, like a true 90s kid. Madison is also like a true 90s kid. And Madison, you can put your input on this, but growing up, I remember that coming out with something so tragic to people, and now as we're living in an age that it's totally fine, it's very accepting, and I'm so happy for that. Like, everybody can feel free to be the person they are, and feel free to love who they want to love, and that everybody's being accepting of it it's beautiful. And
yeah,
I have high hopes for the world.
Also big shout out to gay best friends.
Yes,
because I have a gay best friend, and he is the best on earth, and honestly he is amazing, and his coming out story is so cute as well, and I'm just so proud of him, because it was a very hard time for him to accept who he really is, and then he finally did it, and then now he's just so happy, and he's the best.
Yeah, me too. I want to give a really quick shout out to my best friend, Brian. I love you so much. You've been the most inspiring and amazing person in my life, and you taught me a lot of things, and I really love you so much. So yeah, really quickly for that.
Okay, so this week's Twitter question is relationships in your 20s and in general. And I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Is it Ray?
It's Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
It's Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray.
At TBD Wesley's.
I know this reference, Vampire Diaries.
I love you, Ray. Oh my God, so much.
Ray, you're the cutest.
She's so sweet.
Yes, she's the cutest little flight attendant I ever did see.
And I hope
She's a flight attendant?
Yeah. And
yes. And she makes the funniest TikToks. I swear, you guys have to go follow her. She's
Girl,
so funny.
Props to her.
Girl, if you're listening, I know you're a flight attendant, and I'm so proud of you and everything, but I really hope you're staying safe during each travel.
Yes.
Please. But let's, answer this question, ladies. So
we already did the relationship part.
Yes.
Kind of.
So we can cover like 20s in general. Well, relationships in general.
Yeah.
Relationships in general, it's, I don't even know.
They're
It's
hard
like
to
about-
maintain.
They are.
Yeah.
Because
It can be really hard.
the reason why it's so hard to maintain now is because, you know what it is? We have way too much expectations.
And we have just so much going on too. Like
I was gonna say that. Like, I'm always rushing, and I have so much going on.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's hard.
But I feel like in our 20s now, I feel like we're focused on, we mainly just want to not settle down, but kind of start, you know, shifting into that gear, because we're closer to 30 than we are to our early 20s. So it's like eventually we want to find someone to settle down with and, you know, build something concrete with them rather than just dating just to date and have little like one night stands, at least for me.
Yeah, and I think you, in your 20s, you are definitely more sure of what you like and what you don't like, and like what you're really looking for in a relationship. So
100%.
you're really like really focused on finding like those things that you do like. So yeah.
Another thing also, it's like, for me, I have to stop dating someone because of their potential and for who they are. Because sometimes their potential is like, oh my God, you expect so much from that. But in reality, it's like you romanticize that person so much that you don't see that that person's not giving you what you deserve. Like, you guys ever been in a situation where like you are like, you could be dating or talking to someone and you're so blinded by whatever the hell, and you don't see that in reality you're not getting, you know, if you're giving in 50%, that person's giving you back 30 or not enough. And you know
that toxic relationship I already talked about, that's exactly what was happening. So
yeah,
it's so easy to get like just blinded.
I was recently quite recently I was seeing this guy, and I didn't even realize that I'm not even that interested, but because I had this like panic that I'm gonna be alone forever, and I was kind of settling for less. And I feel like in your 20s you can sort of get into this trap that you might get involved in something you don't want to get involved just because you're scared. So don't do that.
I would say the scariest part for me is I'm so wrapped up in a timeline, this non-existent timeline, that, you know, my parents got married at 23. I'm almost 28. I'm single as fuck. And it's just like you plan this thing out in your head that you want to happen as you grow up, and then you grow up and you're like, fuck, nothing is happening as planned. And I think that's where most of my like quarter life crisis issues come from, is like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I on the right path? Like, why are things not already happening faster than I thought they would? That's the hardest part for me, is just being like, just telling yourself it's okay. Like, everyone has a different timeline, and that's how it's going to be. You know, people are getting married.
It's such an important lesson.
And don't get yourself too wrapped up in it. And I know it's so easy to get wrapped up into it, because I do it all the time, but just try to remember you're okay. Like, you don't have to have a timeline different from anyone but your own. Like, you are on the right path.
I think Madison is just basically repeating what she told me. How long was it, Madison? Like a month ago? I had this exact same crisis a month ago, and Madison gave me those exact same words of advice and comfort, and I literally felt way better. I just believe that it's okay to be single. I don't care what your age is. Don't rush things, because also like your soulmate or that person is gonna appear out of nowhere. Like, you're not gonna expect it. So don't rush into it. It's okay to be single. And that's just my thought on this.
Yeah, best things come unexpectedly.
And you know, well, that's what I was gonna say too. Like, the best things comes when you least expect them. And another thing also, it's like, people have to understand, it's like, we create this like timeline, like how Madison was saying, but it's like, we also have to understand that we're all on our own pace. Everyone has a different pace than you do. So it's like, yeah, they're getting married, they're having relations, they're getting all this wonderful stuff, and it's like, you will too eventually. Is that there's something you need to accomplish first. Like, I'm crazy about like wanting to get married and do all this stuff and like settle down. But at the same time, it's like I have dreams of being like a singer and a musician, doing all this stuff. So it's like maybe it hasn't happened because I have to, you know, achieve this first. Or maybe all the things I want to do in life hasn't happened because there's something else that has to come up first. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know.
To be fair, I'm so focused on my goals in life that at the moment I'm not even sure if I want to get married right now.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's you know, everyone's path is correct. You know, there's no wrong path. So you're doing exactly what you should be doing.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My last ex from like 3 years ago now. I was, oh my god, I can't believe I'm speaking about it, but fuck it. I was literally so sure that I was gonna marry this dude that every time we like set plans for it or even spoke about it, it never happened, or something came up, or something went wrong. And it's like sometimes it's like, you know, the universe never lies. Like it was giving me signs like, sis, that is not who you're gonna marry. And it's like, now that I think about it, like, oh my god, thank goodness I didn't like jump the gun so quick on that, because I would have been married to someone who I did not want to fucking marry.
Oh wow.
Like oh goodness, timing is everything. So it's like time is on your side. It's taking a long time and you're sick of being lonely, yes, but it's gonna happen. And I believe that like my time's gonna come, Madison's time's gonna come, Beka's, Keishla's, the next person, it's gonna happen. It's just I feel like we just got other shit that we gotta take care of first before, you know, we get into that kind of situation.
Totally, just focus on yourself and just be real to yourself and respect yourself, and everything's gonna work out.
Also, enjoy your time being single, you know, like enjoy that shit, because it's like right now we think like, oh, I want to be in a relationship, but it's like, you know what can you do now as a single person that you're not going to be able to do as a person in a relationship? You're not going to have time for just yourself. Like now when you're in a relationship, you think about like you and the person, but now as single, you have enough time to just be like greedy and selfish and think about you, you know? So for the time being, enjoy that shit. Go out, go out safely.
Okay.
Like, do what you gotta do.
Safely.
Vilma is just getting into it.
I'm literally like sitting here listening to her, and I'm just like nodding. I'm like, it's like I'm listening to someone else's podcast, and I'm like getting hyped up from it.
I'll shut up now. I'm sorry.
No. I'm complimenting you. Like
it's
you're saying really good things that I needed to hear. You know?
Yeah, it was just like a slap in the face.
But you know, we can go on forever on this topic. Good lord, ladies.
It
I
is.
think we've really done
ladies.
It's about that time we wrap up and get to saying bye. It's been a long one.
It's a really good question, Ray. Thank you so much for your question.
Yes, thank you.
I thought you said gray. I'm like, what?
No, Ray.
Okay,
thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Shout out to Grayson, I guess, too. Fuck it.
And well done, ladies, for another amazing podcast.
Well, ladies, it's been fun. Everyone listening, thank you. If you've gone this long listening to us, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.